But you know what we're here for?
We're
Our
here
next
for the
segment.
boys, frankly. But yes, absolutely. We are here for
We
our
are
next
here.
segment. Would you like
What
to
is
tell
it?
people what this is?
Sure. So for the uninitiated, this is SOS, or Sentient Object Smut. That's how we get away around the fucking censors at YouTube. Because if you're watching this, you're watching it from our YouTube. So welcome. This week, it's my co-host Veronica's chance to be bitten by the love bug. And what delight do you have for us this week?
I am excited
Same.
to talk to you about this little novella
Okay.
that Gnome Patronus told me about. Now, I had seen this, but I hadn't read it, obviously, and she was like, that one I legitimately enjoyed. And I was like, okay. All right, well, here we go then. Let us discuss.
Let us
Taken
pray.
by my Let us discuss Taken by My TBR by Holly Wilde.
Oh, Holly Wilde, she's got a whole bunch of them, doesn't she?
She does, absolutely she does. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so I'll read the little blurb for you just to like kind of give you a quick overview.
Got it. Get a feeling for it. Got it.
Get the vibes. What happens when the book you're immersed in becomes immersed in you? Tossing and turning doesn't just apply to a restless night in bed. It's also what happens when you can't find a book to quench your mood reader thirst, which, like, I feel you. Turning pages and tossing books into a growing TBR stack is how Paige, Paige, spends her night. Unfortunately,
It's almost two on the nose.
It's kind of perfect, though.
I mean, if her last name was Turner, even better.
I love that. We don't get her last name, but I do love her.
In my head, it's Turner. It's all right.
It should be. Okay. Unfortunately for her, giving up on her night of reading isn't an option. When her stack of books comes to life, they make their intention clear. Tonight is the night the TBR gets its finish. The only question is, will the happy ending lead to happily ever after? Now, I can tell
I like
you,
that pun. I like it.
It's excellent. There were also, I can't wait. I just can't wait to read some of these quotes to you.
Excited.
Okay. So, I'm going to skip through some of the beginning stuff because it's kind of not relevant. It's just like setting the scene. But
Mise en place. Got it.
yeah. So she's had a very, very long day at work with shithead clients, and which relatable. So she is trying to figure out what to read just to like unwind, and she's exhausted. And so she's picked up like 3 different books, one of which she literally purchased that day on her way home from work. It's a new fantasy book, apparently.
Okay.
I like the way that this is set up in that, like, you have this first chapter, which is just like set up. You're just, figuring out where she is and what's happening. Starting with chapter 2, you get like a little introduction of like what she's doing. And then there's a page, like she's choosing the book. So it'll just be like, this new book in my lap might be, but my good mood that came from the thrill of purchasing it is long gone. All I have is my exhaustion and my stubborn determination to read at least one chapter before my eyes decide they can't stay open any longer. So it's just like her, her mindset.
Right.
And then there's a page break, and then we are essentially getting the book that she's reading.
Okay.
So it's fun because, like, for the next 3 chapters, I think it's 3, maybe 4, we get to see what she's trying to read. So she starts with this fantasy book with like a dragon rider, and it's just not doing it for her. So she puts it down and picks up a mafia romance, and that's not doing it either.
Got it.
So then she picks up a monster romance. That also is not doing it. So then
really?
She picks
Okay,
up,
got it.
Yeah, right? I know. Sad. So then she's like, maybe romance is just not hitting it tonight. Maybe I should like read something else. So she picks up a horror book. And then This is how the horror book ends. This is the last part she reads. All because I'm too busy staring in horror at the way the man in the skull mask holds the severed hands of my date, or what's left of him, against the bright red coils, of her stove. And then the page break happens, and she says, "Nope." So she's laid down the fourth book this evening.
I get it.
And then she is scrolling through her phone. She's just like, I just want to go to sleep, but I'm having trouble. So she's scrolling through her phone, and a man starts talking to her.
All right, I'm listening. Like Frasier.
He says, "Can't you recognize me?" And at first it's like a voice in her head. Okay. And then she's either, watching TikTok or Instagram or something, and she's frantically trying to mute the phone because she's like, what is happening with this sound? It's weird. And then she realizes that he's in the room with her.
Oh, okay.
Because he says, "Eyes on me, little Rose."
Okay. All right. For many reasons, I'm going to say no. Thank you.
No, I actually don't think you would like this. But that isn't going to stop me from telling you more about it.
Oh, please. Yes, please. Yes.
I will go back real quick and just bring up something that she something that the author says there. I'm going to read the content warnings to you.
Okay.
Some of these I actually don't I don't remember all of them.
Why they pertain, or
pages, so I don't remember why they necessarily pertain. And I also don't know what YouTube is going to be weird about. So, unaliving of a parent, unaliving of a friend, unaliving.
Yeah, I think we're okay because we don't have sponsors, so
it's true. Kidnapping, dubious consent, weapon play, blood, gore, thoughts of suicide. Again, I don't remember that. I love.
Is this in the horror? Could it possibly be the parts that are in the horror book?
No.
Okay.
I mean, the blood and the gore, yes.
Okay.
But not thoughts of suicide. I don't know where that came from.
Okay.
Anyway, maybe I just missed it. Love triangle, self-harm, light bondage and torture, CNC, degradation. She also says,
Music Factory?
Please know...
You said CNC and I said Music Factory?
Oh, Music Factory? Also, she says, please know there is no HEA at the end of this book, even though there is a happy ending. Which, debatable, but we'll get there.
Okay.
So anyway...
okay. I have questions, but I'll hold on to them. Okay.
Oh, sure, yeah. Okay, so... Essentially what has happened... It takes her a bit to, figure out what's going on. Mm-hmm. But this dude is a piece of every hero or morally gray hero from every one of those books that she has picked up tonight and not finished.
I kind of like that. Okay.
I know. Okay. It's clever, right? It's
very clever.
It's different. Sexy things begin to happen.
Yes, they do. So does he look like a human or does he look like...
I'm going to read a description to you.
Okay, thank you.
Of what he looks like. And I will do that now, even though we don't actually get this until 79% of the way through the book. Okay. I place my palm flat upon his chest to push him down. Leathery, like ancient parchment encased in a forbidden tome. His skin is warmer than I expected. I know. It catches me off guard, and for the first time, I look at him, really taking him in. Aside from the tentacled tongue and the shifter cock, he looks remarkably human at first glance, an exceptionally handsome human, but still, he could pass for a person. But peering closer, it's clear that he is truly a monster. From his leather-clad body boasting an inky scab across his chest to the skull creating the bottom half of his face. There's enough frightening qualities to give anyone with a sense of self-preservation pause, but nothing gives him away more than his eyes. The surreal blend of aqua and gold are truly works of fantasy, and yet He's here beneath me, as solid as any lover I've ever had.
So, what's the point? Okay. All right. So I'm picturing.
He also has a knot.
Of course he fucking does. Because like, just add that up. Well, not even that. It's just what are all the pieces and parts I want on this? Like,
oh, I forgot. Like at one point, so he's like sexy things start to happen, but like she is angry at this thing that is now in her room,
right?
Who is basically like, I'm gonna do what I want with you, and she's like, you the fuck you are.
I'm sending you to hell tonight. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Right. Like she's not into it. So
no.
Then, he is like, okay, how about I read you a bedtime story?
No.
So he
because you virtually described the fucking crypt keeper with a giant fucking werewolf cock. That's really kind of what you've described.
You know what's
with
fun,
cerulean color eyes. Like, no, he still is like, what?
That description comes while they're having sex. So anyway, he's like, I'll read you a bedtime story. And he picks up like a shifter book and starts reading a sex scene to her, basically. And so he's like, you have two options. What are those? Hang on. Let me think about what the second one is. Because I don't remember. Because she obviously doesn't choose the second option. She chooses the first one. Let me search. Hang on.
Would you like me to bite your neck? I don't know. While I fuck you with my giant werewolf cock, or bleed on you from my scab that's across my stomach while I eat you out. You know, there's like videos or like books and stuff, like descriptions you don't read or watch while eating. That description should not be read while eating, because that made me want to throw up in my mouth. The scab part made me want to throw up in my mouth a little bit. And the leathery skin, because literally all I could think of was like an old person or an elderly person or a fucking crypt keeper. Like, no thank you.
Okay, I found it. It says, you have a choice, little Rose. We can either resume where that scene left off, or I can show you what happens with the man in the skull mask from the horror film.
No, thank you.
Says,
thank you.
I have a feeling you won't like that one.
I mean, okay. That's been done okay. Like, that's been done well. Like, Opal Rain did her lich thing with it worked. I think her name's Opal Rain. I mean, that's not one of the lich, like a eldritch horror. The lich, the Lich. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like, 'cause they have a skull. They have a skull face. Okay. Like, that's never been, like, that's one of the monster things that never kind of, like, appealed to me very much, because it's a skull. I mean, if that's your kink, that's your kink. You know what? That's not my business. But, so, yeah, I don't know, man.
Yeah. After that, like, the sexy things actually start to happen. At one point he says, you spread your legs even better than you spread Paige's.
Nope. Like, why does it make me bother me? That bothers me a little bit, I'm not gonna lie. Just because also, oh my god, there's a joke. Like, it's such a derogatory thing to say to a woman. It's like, you're out there spreading your legs. It's just, to me, it always is a negative.
Again, I didn't think you'd like this.
That's your thing. Yeah, that's your thing. That is your thing. But what book was it that I couldn't get over him calling her a bitch through most of it? Like, that's where I'm at. Like, I'm like, no, thank you.
Yeah.
No. So, but that's your thing. That's your thing. That's just for little Ray here. It's not my thing. So,
right.
Yeah.
There is knife play here.
I would expect nothing less.
Involving the handle of the knife being in her. And he tells her, don't move a single muscle, because he then goes down on her while the knife, if she moves too much, like, she could technically hurt him, because the sharp end of the knife is facing him. I messaged Gnome Patronus at this point, and I said, I can't say I'm a fan of knife play. And she just said back, which book? What I love.
So we have to specify. we had a movie. We had a movie on B3 for Pride Month, actually, called Fear No Evil. And I remember reading the parents' advisory beforehand, because I like to do that every so often, to kind of feel what I'm getting into. One was sexual intercourse with a lethal weapon. And I was like, what? Or not a lethal weapon, but a weapon. I was like, I'm sorry? And then we got to the movie, and one woman definitely got fucked with a gun. And I was like, I don't think there's anything also worse than I want in my vagina, but life is up there. Knife and gun are pretty close. Sorry, guys, if that's your thing, that is your thing. That's fine. Yeah. But for me, it's gonna be a pass. It's gonna be a no for me, dog. No, thank you. Mm-mm. I don't want a sharp object that close to my clitoris. Thank you very much.
No. But you know, again, good for you, not for me. Okay. So at any rate, the entire point of this for him at this point.
Thank you, because that was kind of what I was going to go ask you. Is like, what is he getting out of this? Yeah. Besides,
she this is punishment for her because she has not finished these books on her TBR, and so he is not going to let her come.
Okay.
He will withhold her orgasm.
Okay.
He says, here, let me see. All we ever ask for is to be finished, and that's exactly what I'm going to give to you, the yearning to reach the end. But tonight you'll learn that not everyone gets their happily ever after. This is something that I did not enjoy. This line. So sorry. Bryn Weaver has ruined a lot of food for us, so I'm just gonna don't shoot the messenger, okay?
Well, we also had the fucking grocery one too, so there you go.
Yeah. Glaze, like the frosting of a cinnamon roll, coats my inner thighs as my body pours out lubrication for when to come.
Nope. I just finished a month of having to watch movies with cum all over them. I am fucking done with the jizzly objects on things, okay? Thank you very much.
We have some puns.
Glizzy.
I can only grunt in answer as he continues to slam his bookmark up inside my pleasure pages.
You know what? I would assume this is on Kindle Unlimited, correct?
Oh, of course, yes. Of course.
Okay, because I don't shame anybody.
Oh, no.
I might shame you if you paid for it. A little bit.
I would not shame you even then. Maybe you really
enjoyed
I'm
kidding.
This.
Okay. I'm kidding. You know, I'm kidding.
I have another one. He eases out his knot and places a kiss on my head, the seeping remnants of his words of wisdom trickling down my thighs from his withdrawal. This was all about him making sure he got his happy ending and exacting his revenge to DNF me.
I'm sitting here thinking of the fucking decisions I've made in my life.
To get you to this point?
Yeah. I mean, I thought this is payback. This is payback for every fucking thing that I pulled up for Toys for Twats. It's literally getting me back. The look on your face right there just told me. Maybe.
The epilogue. Because when he, all right, I need to read like one line to you. He says to her, maybe next time I'll keep you up all night. She says, what do you mean by next time? But he's already halfway to the cozy cream chair, naked and so incredibly sexy as he saunters over to the corner of my room. With a simple gesture toward my bookshelf, he says, "I'm sure I'll be back again." That smug and cocky smile etched into his skull face is still irritating as fuck. Yet there's a hint of something else buried beneath the fight inside me. Something I can't quite name. So then he essentially, like, transforms back into the books. And the epilogue is her packing up her physical TBR into boxes and laying anything, newspaper, paper towels, anything she can, like, in between the books to try and keep the magic from, like, seeping through all of them.
I thought she was going to light him on fire, because that's all I would have fucking done.
No.
And taken them to an exorcist.
She says, "I crafted shields with layers of paper towels between the publications, trusting the thin barrier to be enough to keep their magic from conspiring against me." The clock now reads 5:30 a.m., and I'm placing the books from the chair into the final bin. I stare down at Queen Queef and the Peen Invaders, the epic bookseller I only bought yesterday. Maybe if I had given the Dragon Rider more of a chance, things would have been different right now. Adding it to the top of the pile, I feel a pang of regret for all that could have been between me and those stories. My e-reader lights up on the nightstand where I have it plugged in. It's been long neglected, but I'm excited to reconnect with my books in a way that is safer than facing my physical TBR. After all, what could possibly happen when everything is stored digitally? It's not like I'm making love with my algorithm or anything like that. Next page, coming soon. King Queef and the Peen Invaders. A newly bequeathed queen tries to save her kingdom from the Peen Isle invaders while guarding her heart from the dragon rider who slayed her father. And also coming soon from Holly Wilde. Is that what I said? Wilde?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Taken by my tablet. The TBR's resurgence.
You know what? The more I think about it, I am so not ashamed of you by this, because honestly, give this chick some money, because
clever. Honest to God, like,
very clever. It's very clever. I'm just sitting going, what the fuck? I'm never going to read this, but good for her. It is very clever.
No, I really don't think you would enjoy it. I only say that because of
most of these books I don't enjoy. I laugh, but I don't enjoy them. So, because I'm just kind of like, because we joked about, like, it's literally like a fucking toaster. It's like a toaster come to life. Like, and I think, you know, they will soon die a slow death. But for this time period that we're enjoying them, they're fun. But yeah. I mean, I don't think anybody's reading them for the love story aspect of it. No,
also,
but I'm always
not this is just an erotic story. This is not
right.
It doesn't have a happily ever after. So, and she warns you of that.
Yeah.
But you know, whatever.
I mean, hey man,
I'm not sorry. I did not love it. However, that's like my own issues. You know, like I don't like those triggers that she lists or content warnings. Like, I don't like some of that stuff. Like, I don't want to read that. But I did read this for all of you.
Yeah.
Dear listeners.
Yeah. I mean, honestly,
sorry,
this is super. No, God, no. I mean, this is fun for us. I mean, it's probably more healthy for our, like, mental health, like, better for our mental health than, like, Toys for Twats and finding horrible things that we can't unsee.
We cannot unsee those things.
No. Although I was laughing to myself during the Troll 2 HGTGM live because Jason kept unbuttoning his shirt for as much money as they kept, getting in. Mm-hmm. And I thought to myself, oh, only you knew, Jason. Out there is some magical sex.
There's some sort of
sex
magical spell. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. That's what you need to do. You just needed to donate every single dime you've ever earned.
True. Yeah. Breaking out the savings.
Yeah.
This was
just sell everything you own.
Just so that he could take his shirt off. I think he asked for $1 million, so that wasn't happening.
OnlyFans. I mean, whatever.
Me or him?
Your dreams, Ray. Come on.
My dream was not being an OnlyFans model, but if it gets me one step closer to Jason
Means to an end. This is an excellent transition into the love lie, where we are talking about our actual dreams and what we do in order to get there.
True. Well, I mean, my dream tonight of the TBR coming to life and railing me will be real interesting. Especially if you look at my TBR. I mean, yeah. Yep. It'd be interesting to see somebody who has just read horror books, and particularly Stephen King books, and TBR'd them. Like, it would be like Pennywise mixed with like Jack Nicholson mixed with like a fucking tree, and also that vampire from Salem's Lot. Oh, and some like real pale kids from Children of the Corn. Yeah. Well, thank you for that. Thank you. It was enjoyable.
You're so welcome. And you all, watchers, listeners, viewers, whatever, you're welcome too.
Yeah. We are a bi-weekly podcast where we read a romance novel and we talk about it. If you are interested in more of this goings on, head over to wherever you find podcasts and listen and look for. Do both. Stick them in your ear holes. The Chick Lit Book Club podcast. Yep. Like and subscribe
with us.
Yeah, we're fun.
Yeah, we are. We are fun.
We are fun. We're so fun. We're going to take a break right now.